Hey guys, I'm Coach Jay. I'm a mental performance coach. I live down in Ponte Vedra, Florida, and I work with high school athletes and college athletes, trying to help them with the mindset, the confidence, focus. You know, I could list on and on, but I'm a advocate for these athletes, helping them get better in their sport, and really just kind of working through a lot of the stuff that the mind, and how the mind works, and how to think properly about how to compete. And so today I want to talk about psychologists. And I've done some things on it recently where I kind of compared mental performance versus psychologists. But I recently had a client that I was working with, and when they kind of came into me, they were very hesitant because they were like, "Well, I've worked with a traditional psychologist, and it just didn't work for me." And I'm like, "This is not that. This is not traditional psychology. I understand psychology. I understand it very well, but this is not about psychology. This is not about what you experience there. This is about psychology, but this is more about the mental part. This is more about being more engaged in your sport, getting better." And so, what they told me that they didn't like was just all these questions and them just having to give answers. But really, I think what they what most of my clients like about what I do is I listen to what they say, I get the storyline, and then I just kind of plug everything in together, and we start kind of fixing the past. We kind of clean it up. We have a better understanding about what happened. Maybe they were too young at that point. Maybe they were star on one team, but then they weren't on the next. Bad coaching, whatever it was going on, we reconcile that, and then we immediately move on to better preparation, better habits, doing things the right way, thinking right, better pregame, activities. The list goes on and on. But my clients, for as a general rule, I'm not trying to figure all this stuff out about them. Basically, what I'm trying to do in many cases is just reprogram them. They've had bad programming, they've had loser programming, they've had weaker programming, and you have to be programmed the right way to succeed and be a dog out there. And so, this is needed. This is very much needed. And so, all this being said, this is what I do 7 days a week, working with kids all over the country. I live down in Florida, but I work with a lot of Atlanta kids. I can be found as College Scout FB on X, and I can be found on Psychology Today, listed as Coach J, and my website is sportsintervention.com. God bless.